Well, I'm Ryan Rhodes, and I guess I'm infamous now for asking Barack Obama a question about his vice president and why his party seems to think that we're a bunch of terrorists just because we're Tea Partiers.
It's an honor to introduce the next speaker. I've known Ryan for over 2 years. He's a young man with a bright career. He was involved in the first Tea Party movement back in April 15th of 2009. He graduated from Iowa State University in 2008, and then he ran for office at the age of 22 or 3 or 4, I don't remember, up in Story County. Ryan Rhodes has now become the Joe Plumber of Iowa. Ryan, on a Monday, he was up in, I think it was Decorah, and just happened to be there when Barry Soetoro, or is it Barack Hussein Obama? I don't recall. Well, one of them same names. But Ryan and Stacey Rogers were the people that got in President Obama's face when Ryan asked him, why do you say, or why does your vice president say, that Tea Party members are terrorists? I don't believe the president had an answer. Immediately after that event, Ryan became a countrywide hero to many Tea Party patriots. He stood there in front of Barack Obama and asked him the question. I called Ryan the next morning, as I just heard that he had spoken to the president, and thankfully he took my call, and I told him he needs to get a private phone line for his buddies, because soon nobody's going to be able to get through to him. He's been on Rush Limbaugh program, he's talked to Rush Limbaugh, he's talked to many other news commentators. I want you to welcome a great Tea Party patriot, Iowa's version of Joe the Plumber, Ryan Rhodes. Ryan?
Thank you, Charlie. Now, before I talk real quick, I do want to mention something. I'm also going to be talking at TCon, who's here today on September 30th and October 1st, and I told them for all they're doing that you can stop back and let everybody know to sign up to go there, and you can go to tconmidwest.com. The other thing I want to mention is there's a tent over there, SOAR, and Mark Levin gave me a couple signed books, so I want to make sure I can give back to people who are out there. So SOAR, who's going to be putting a lot of good stuff together around here and also using it for scholarships for young conservatives, they're actually auctioning off that Mark Levin signed book back there, so stop by their tent. Finally, I want to get to Stacey, who is the other person who is there as well. She is going to toss out the tea. Now, she's running for State House, so everybody in Ankeny or around, make sure you put a great conservative out there into the State House, and she's going to hand out one of the tea that Rush sent out. So, now I told a few people behind stage too that I would do this because they, the liberals seem to go out there and say, all us Tea Party terrorists out there, and I see a lot of terrorists out in this audience. We're dumb, we're stupid, we couldn't handle it. Well, I'll tell you what, if they don't think we can handle it, I'll tell you right now, Barack Obama's welcome to come out to Iowa or bring me out, and I'll debate him any day of the week. Now, that's a lot of people might say that's a problem. Barack Obama's not getting out in front of people, and they do try to pick the crowd pretty well. But I will tell you, there's a few of us that can sneak in there, and I encourage anybody else in the audience to do what you can to get in front and let Mr. Obama know that there are some of us that aren't his fawning, adoring fans anymore, and that we just don't like the direction it's going. But this brings me back to when I was kind of thinking about this morning, what to say and what to do, what to do today, especially since we have Governor Palin coming in, who's done so much for the movement, and I get the opportunity to kind of lead up right going into her. And it brought me back to something one of my old teachers said, because Barack Obama complained about being called a socialist and all these other things. And I had an old teacher I used to get in some arguments with, and he told me, he said, you know, you can call it progressivism, you can call it socialism, you can call it communism, you can call it liberalism. I don't care as long as we work in that same direction. And that says the heart of it, to what they're going after, is the fact that they want big government. I mean, he sat there and he said, you know, it's all the same side of one coin. Well, we've figured out what that coin is, and it's Barack Obama. And we don't want it anymore. And I'll tell you, that gets to another thing. Because they keep saying these things. Terrorists, hostage takers, you know, all these names. God knows what it is. KKKR, I don't even know all the things that I've been called. I'll have to go back and check my emails to remember them. But you know, they can say all those things, and the reason they say all the things, and the reason it's important to keep asking them, how do we negotiate with someone who's really not negotiating with us in good faith? Because that's what the real question gets down. You can ask them about jobs, you can ask them about the economy, and they're going to make up something and then call us unreasonable. But what it really gets to the heart of is this is about a big government agenda, and the fact is, they're just saying what they believe. They believe we are terrorists to their agenda. They believe that we're out there going to stop it, and their agenda's under attack, and you're darn right we're going to stop their agenda. So, it gets down to also the underlying truth that every tiny step we take forward towards big government, you can't take a step for big government without taking freedom away from the individual. It doesn't happen. Now that gets me to thinking about another thing. They don't really, they're kind of uncomfortable with the word American exceptionalism. Nowhere else in the world has there literally been defined as exceptional. There's not Chinese exceptionalism, European exceptionalism, Canadian exceptionalism. It's American exceptionalism. Yeah. Because we believe that that's what defines it. We as a country will succeed because failure is not an option, and failure won't define who we are. When you get to thinking about that, you think about some people that are out there that have been under attack, that continue day by day to press through. Now, Sarah's one of them. How many people have watched the media onslaught go against her? The liberals going up and saying, trying to tear her down, trying to stop her, but you know what? She's going to succeed. Whether she runs for president, whether she advances our conservative agenda, that's not the point. The point is she's a success story because she won't let failure define who she is. And I want every person in this audience to remember that. When you're walking through, when the times are hard, when things are going wrong, because it's going to happen. None of us are going to have it easy. That's the beautiful thing about having freedom, is that you can keep pressing on, and the government is not going to say, you're going to be this mediocre. We're just not going to let you do that, so deal with it. We went beyond every other nation, and we've brought the entire world along with us. We won't bow down in that. We will not take our nation and make it less exceptional. If they want to come catch up with us, they can come get us. But in 2012, we're going to throw Barack Obama out of office, and we're going to make sure we can return to that American exceptionalism once again. Thank you guys very much.